Greetings. Well, we are actually, I have to start with that we lied. We're not in India. We're live in Nepal. We're actually in Kathmandu. And this will be our last recording abroad. So let me welcome Dr. Kurt Bickford. I'm Dr. Tracy Covington. Welcome, Kurt.
Namaste.
Namaste. We are in Kathmandu, Nepal, and we want to do a quick sharing with you. It's been an amazing, ineffable again experience, and I just got a little carried away with the music on the intro because I got cymbals today from the singing bowl man. Just some of the most amazing experiences. But anyways, it's been a lot of learning, growing, stretching.
We have seen and done many things, and seen Nepal at many levels, everything from its highest peaks in the Himalayas, with a flyover to this morning, or yesterday morning. I lose track of our days here now, as well as seeing the three major...
a flyover, you have to finish what we
flyover of the Himalayas, yes, including Mount Everest and all the other peaks over 20,000 feet. It is awe-inspiring.
Symbolic of life, the highs and the lows, the peaks and the valleys.
Oh, most definitely.
What you see from what there is above and what you see from below.
Absolutely. It's been an incredible experience, and the variation of humanity is ever present in this country. We see everything from those who truly align with their devotion and their love of God and their love of connectedness with humanity, to those who are what we call tourist holy men, who dress the part and then charge you for taking their picture.
Yes, and, our guide actually warned us of the touristic holy man.
It's
amazing.
Rather amazing to see the spectrum of humanity play out. And for those of you who have been following us, it's just the different levels of consciousness,
yes.
utilizing that which they are to survive.
And for those of you who are new to us, levels of consciousness, we don't want to make this a long broadcast, but levels of consciousness is a very specific term, Dr. Bickford. If you give us a quick sentence or two about what you're referencing there.
Dr. Hawkins, our mentor and teacher for the last decade, taught us that there are variations of consciousness, and it's not really about devotion necessarily, but it's one's understanding through a certain perspective that has to do with one's consciousness. And so we see people in the lower realms of consciousness who are eking out existence as best they can in all the various ways, and then there are mid-ranges of consciousness who work hard for their livelihood and their survival, and then there are higher realms of consciousness who understand their position in the universe and their alignment with God and the universal life that exists for all of us. So there is that whole spectrum exists here, as it does everywhere. And certainly as Americans traveling abroad, we recognize the gifts that we've all been given in America and the opportunity that we've been given there. And that, too, has to do with our karma and our levels of consciousness and what we have been afforded by virtue of past lives.
Okay, so we've seen all levels of belief systems. We actually did a walk this evening around the largest stupa in the world.
Asia.
Well, I thought it was in the world.
Well, that would make it the world, yes.
Yes, and it had the eyes of Lord Buddha.
Yes, it's Buddhist. And most certainly the devotion there is profound. But one of the things that was most striking for us, and not only have we visited Buddhist sites, but we've also visited Hindu sites, Hindu temples. We've also witnessed again another area where cremation takes place ritualistically and out of tradition, the Hindu tradition. And it's amazing to see the process unfold at all these various sites, as well as the devotion that is involved there. And one of the things I guess I want to share most is that with almost all the people that we have dealt with, there is just a warmth that exudes from who these people are. There is true interest in our comfort and care for who we are, and a desire to interact with us in the most humble and kind ways. And it's been quite moving in so many ways. It's just a remarkable country in many, many ways.
Yes, we were circling the stupa tonight. On one hand, it's hard to explain, but we were on the elevated. A stupa is basically, I would just describe it as it's a humongous statue.
It's a shrine.
Yes, and we were on the elevated part walking clockwise, which is how you do it. You walk clockwise.
And that has to do with the motion of the universe, and you walk in congruence with that, with the energy of the universe.
So to our left was a group of individuals in prayer and actually doing the prostrating their bodies, and it was amazing because it was almost like being at the gym. They were working up a sweat. And to our right, this gentleman comes forward and says, "Hello, where are you from? Where are you from?" Well, I just wanted to know where we were, and he wanted to share with us that he worked at a nearby hotel, and he pulled his hotel card out and showed us his identity, and it's just that connection. Yes. What if we showed up for each other that way?
Well, it's a remarkable experience in that way, and that there is that desire to connect. And so often in America, we just breeze by one another as if the other doesn't exist. And yet here, oftentimes there's a real interest in knowing who we are and why we're here and where we're from. And there's just a deep-seated kindness that seems to exist throughout this culture.
Yeah. The other thing that seems so interesting is that you always have the choice of whether saying hello. They always respond to hello, and they always respond to namaste.
Always.
And with a namaste, there's always this little bow, and it's a truer extension. It's a truer recognition.
Well, it's heart to heart, soul to soul.
It's just that mindfulness, I guess, that goes with that.
Most definitely, and it's living their devotion, and that knowingness of interconnectedness of all of life, all of humanity. And acknowledging that with just the simple word of namaste and the bowful prayer and the folding of the hands. It is beautiful and heartwarming.
Well, we hope to carry this home with us. We go back to Delhi tomorrow for one last roundabout tour, and coming home to America on the 8th.
On the one hand, it feels as if this trip is being cut short, and on the other hand, there's a longing to be home, and amongst those that we know and love so dearly. And I
love as you said that, you just touched your heart, and I guess that's kind of that ineffable part, is that this experience really just makes us touch our heart. We touch our own hearts. We touch our own hearts in this walk.
Indeed. So we look forward to seeing those of you who will be before us, and we long to meet the rest of you. And namaste.
Namaste.